walk match for you. Let's see what Oops All Spells looks like. All right, there you see on your left Justin Puffenberger playing one of the iconic decks of the format. He's playing Death and Taxes. He's playing lands. He's very boring compared to Chase Allsup, who is literally just, it's Oops All Spells. Explain how this deck might work. Okay, we're going to see Summoner's Pact. So Chase has to win this turn.
Well, yeah, so the thing is, Summoner's Pact essentially acting as add green mana. And the thing is, Justin has interaction for the Oops All Spells deck starting from turn 2. That is not the goal when your opponent is trying to win on, turn 1.
So Lotus Petal we've seen. Now we're going to see Elvish Spirit Guide.
Right, Elvish Spirit Guide, Cabal Ritual. Usually the Oops All Spells deck needs exactly 4 mana, and we're going to get as to why soon. So yeah, this gets you to 3 mana.
That's a Cabal Ritual.
Right.
There's another Elvish Spirit Guide.
So if Chase All's Up has, yes, perfect. Okay, so there's 2 creatures in the deck. This one is Balustrade Spy, and the other one is Undercity Informer, which is the card we just saw there. And basically, both of those need 4 mana to do exactly the same thing. Reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a land, and put all of these in your graveyard. Well, there's no lands, so this is why it's Oops.
See some Narcomoebas in there.
Right, and we glossed over a white card. That was Angel of Glory's Rise. A 7-mana 4/6 Angel that sees Legacy play because it returns all humans into play. And the combo is to get Laboratory Maniac and Izami.
Lady of Scrolls.
Lady of Scrolls.
Yeah. All right. Well,
you're more familiar from the Commander world than I am on that one. But yeah, you're going to use free spells like Dread Return and Cabal Therapy in order to make this work. There's also a few copies of Rich from Below to make sure you can't run out of creatures in this process. And here you're going to see one of the cool modes of Cabal Therapy, which is that Chase is going to target himself with Cabal Therapy in order to name Izami, Lady of Scrolls.
There we go. There you see Cabal Therapy getting flashback. The flashback cost is sacrifice a creature.
Yeah, one of the more egregious discard spells in the history of Magic.
So there's a Zombie Lady of Scrolls going to the yard. Now we're going to see Dread Return flashback, sacrifice the other 3 Narcomoebas. And we see that there are...
Right, we're getting Angel of Glory's Rise. We're getting back all humans. All humans includes these 2, Izami and Laboratory Maniac. Laboratory Maniac conveniently changes you from losing the game with no cards to winning the game.
So there's a Izami, and that says tap a wizard to draw a card.
Right.
And there's Laboratory Maniac, says if you cannot draw a card, you...
instead of losing, you win the game.
Yeah, you win the game.
And they're also both wizards, by the way.
Yeah, and so you have a little extra backup there. If your opponent responds, you could also tap the Izami. So there is Chase Allsup, 1 game to the good.
Right. But if Justin had Source to Plowshares, that's important. There was no real time for Justin to interact there. There was no opportunity, essentially. Chase did not put in zombie tokens. I believe there was a Bridge from Below in the graveyard.
Okay.
So like Jace could have put some zombie tokens in play anyways. So there was really nothing. But I'll play my Lotus Petal for the turn.
Yeah, no turn 1 kill here. Oh, is that a Caracas?
Yeah. I mean, it's a really nice card, but it unfortunately won't do much. What will do a lot, though, is this Containment Priest. Since if Chase goes for a Dread Return, Justin gets to go for Containment Priest. The thing is...
There's Ether Vial.
I'm not convinced about not just flashing in the Containment Priest. I know you kind of want that I got you moment against the Oops All Spells deck, but they normally don't have that many ways to deal with a creature in play. So I would probably aim to have that Containment Priest.
All right, there's Summoner's Pact. 2 mana in the pool with the 2 Lotus Petals. He's going to sacrifice. He's going to go get a Elvish Spirit Guide. That's going to get him to 3 mana.
4 total, and that's the magic number. With the Oops All Spell deck, what do you want?
Oh, he's already pitched an Elvish Spirit Guide. Yeah.
Yes, there was a bonus Spirit Guide in the whole
process. I didn't see that one. Yes.
It's all good. Yeah, I think Justin here could have had access to Swords plus the Containment Priest in play.
All right, well, there's the Balustrade Spy. It's like, it's going to happen again. He's just like, there's my deck.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not convinced about the flashing of Containment Priest.
So in comes Containment Priest.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
and that's going to get a Pact of Negation.
Yeah, and this is why you do the Continuing Priest before. There's not many ways for the Oops All spell decks to deal with a permanent in play, but they have ways to interact with spells on the stack. So, yeah, I think Justin here should have just played that Containment Priest on turn 2, and that would have probably been all they wrote.
Right, you see all the copies of Pact of Negation in Chase's deck as you scroll past.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is. The thing is, though, if Justin plays a creature during his own turn, Pact of Negation is extremely bad. You're not stopping anything.
Right.
So, yeah, I think you're a misstep from Justin. And against a deck that aims to win right away, that missteps are, game over.
Here's Angel of Glory's Rise again.
Right, so we're going to get Lady of Scrolls, a Mad Scientist. They're going to combine together and make something happen.
All right.
Well, that deck is not a deck.
He's like, okay.
You got it.
Yep. He's like, I have successfully avoided paying my taxes this year.
Excellent.
Great job. Great job, Chase. Wow. That deck is so cool. So that deck seems amazing when you watch it. What keeps that from being a tier 1 deck, right? I mean, it looks...
If your opponent goes the card Underground Seer Volcanic Island and passes, you are probably dead. Like, literally plays a land and you know that this is probably over.
All right, well, we've got some more Magic for you. So let's head down to the floor. I think we're going to pick up... Oh, sorry. Maybe I was a little premature there.
It's because we've seen so much Magic. I'm excited for this weekend. We get to see cards from the history of the game. Like, I understand the desire to just see more action.
All right, so we do have more time walk lined up. Let's head down to the floor. And I think we're going to pick things up here in Game 3. We are between Lance Hartberger and Matt Mason. It's Grixis Delver versus Death and Taxes. We see an Aether Vial on 3. We see an Aether Vial on, I believe, 0.
Yeah, and this is already looking to favor the Death and Taxes player a lot.
Yeah, Flicker Wisp and Thalia in play.
It's difficult because we're in the middle of a brainstorm, so a lot could have happened. But it looked like Matt managed to successfully disrupt Lance just enough on mana that Lance could not mount pressure or resolve cards like that very important Treating Nemesis. And Thalia and Flicker Wisp have put on a lot of pressure. So now Lance is in a lot of trouble. Flicker Wisp is actually not that easy to deal with if you're mana denied on red.
Because Insectile Aberration does not want to be blocking.
Right, well, it might have to decide.
Exactly.
Might have to accept the rumbling duty, so to speak. Although the hand has Diabolic Edict, True Name Nemesis, and Null Rod. So Lance has the tools to come back. But I don't know if Lance has the time. Whoa, Mistress Factor. That's not a common card in Death and Taxes. That is, I believe, a relatively unusual inclusion because you're already playing a lot of colorless lands between Wasteland and Richmond Port. So even though you're mono-colored because you don't have access to card filtering, you do need a lot of white sources still. So the Mistress Factor is an interesting addition. I might be wrong. Maybe it could be I haven't looked at the latest lists and this is like the way things are, but I think historically Death and Taxes didn't play that many, so it's interesting to see that as an inclusion for sure.
All right, now I believe we're going to see True Name Nemesis come down.
Yeah, yeah. Name you.
Yeah.
You even saw the hand motion. Yeah, True Name Nemesis is, how shall I put it, egregious. It is a card that is... Lord, I played it. It feels very unfair. There is a limited class of card that can deal with it. From Death and Taxes, the card you would look for is Council's Judgment. There's a lot of text on that card, but essentially what it reads to is 1 white, exile target, True Name Nemesis.
Commander having a huge impact on the Legacy format here.
I'm a big fan of saying that True Name Nemesis was not designed with Commander in. I think True Name Nemesis should have been designed like a 5/5 that changes players, you know, for Commander. But
how about Two Name Nemesis?
Yes, Lance has it out for Matt. Matt is under a lot of pressure here.
Yeah, and does not have an incredibly... although that Swords of Plowshares is going to open things up for him here.
Massively.
Yeah, he's going to get to clear the Insectile Aberration. He gets to get in the air with his Flicker Wisp.
Right, so this puts Lance back down to 5. Sorts up to 8. Flicker Wisp down to 5. So that's a 2-turn clock. So 5, then attack Matt down to 8, then down to 2, then down to 2, and then lethal. So Lance is under pressure here. But if Lance has that, I think there are red cards. If that red card is Lightning Bolt, which I believe it is, then Matt is in trouble, since Matt really is relying on this Flicker Wisp to finish the game.
It looks like the red card is Young Pyromancer.
Yeah, there's 2.
Oh, and there it looks like also a Lightning Bolt as well.
Right, that is a good spot on the Young Pyromancer. So here we're probably going to see Young Pyromancer. I would probably. This is tough, actually. 1 second.
He's going to go to 4 here.
Yeah, 4 is okay because the attack in front is for free. It's also worth remembering that Thalia means that Lightning Bolt does cost 2. But like with the days in hand not being so useful, I kind of like Young Pyromancer, Lightning Bolt, the Thalia. Sorry, the Flicker Wisp.
And that's
Thalia can stay where she is. It's okay. And then like the True Name Nemesi. I don't usually see 2 in play. Coming in. Now the thing is, Matt has access to Thalia in Mishra's Factory.
Did he miss his Young Pyromancer trigger there? Oh, no, he did not.
We're calling even Flock to the stage.
I mean, that's not a bad tag in.
Yeah. And I kind of like Lance's approach here of attacking with just one True Name Nemesis. And the reason for that is it's a free turn clock where you attack with 1 or 2, because there's not really many answers that Matt can have. So by attacking with 1, you're putting a free turn clock still, while on this critical turn having a lot of defense. Once you untap and get to do more elemental tokens, you're going to be safe. So I really like this approach by Lance by just attacking with 1 True Name, recognizing that it's a free turn clock and giving himself the best chance here.
There you see Richmond Port from Matt Mason.
Yeah, so here, there's not much you can answer with. I don't think Diabolic Edict really does much here. The problem is you do want to kind of attack with 2 True Name this turn, so you do want to get that Null Rod down in a way, just to like stop Vile shenanigans and make sure you're in control. But if Lance drew, was that a Grim Lavamancer? I think so. It has that distinct fire and lightning look. Yes. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, it is a Grim Lavamancer.
Right. Now that's okay. So let's see. Matt with this attack would go down to 5. I think because True Name is so hard to deal with, I don't think Null Rod does too much here, since there's not many ground creatures that Matt will flash in that are problematic.
All right, Null Rod is going to resolve.
Vile do nothing.
Matt's going to respond with his vials.
Yeah. Grim Lavamancer, not really necessary as your clock is good enough. I guess it's okay. The thing is, like, Matt is always going to flash in a creature if Matt has access to it, so like having it for later is not that important. So I kind of like here, in case your opponent draws Council's Judgment, to just play the Grim Lavamancer and keep daze up, and daze like any card you see, with the objective of just making a token. Yeah, I think the Null Rod, which I think at this point it was not a necessary card, because your True Name Nemesis are going to get there. So I kind of like the Grim Lavamancer in case your opponent has Council's Judgment.
Caracas flooded there from Matt Mason. He extends the hand, and Lance Hartberger with Grixis Delver takes the match 2-1. So we've seen Grixis Delver win. We've seen Oops All Spells win. And we've seen Infect win so far.
Yes.
How many different decks do you think we'll see on camera throughout day 1 here?
Throughout day 1? Likely to see, I would say, 15-ish decks. I would say that's a decent ballpark. If we're going to see this much Sweet Time Walk action, I'll go for grade 20 plus. Okay. We're hoping for 20 plus. That's what we're gunning for here.
All right. Well, we'll keep an eye out. So that's it here for round 1. We've got more action for you coming up. Marshall Sutcliffe and Reed Duke will be here with the call for round 2. Don't go anywhere.